Hello there.
It is I,
General Kenobi.
So, the Star Wars Sequel Trilogy has come to an end, and has brought us many great characters, such as Mary Sue Rey, Palpatine, Skywalker, Mr. Yells Rey a lot, knockoff Han Solo, and whiny Anikan's whinier grandson, Kylo Ren.
No.
Man, I feel bad for these actors though, because these movies are going to forever follow them around in their careers, and their characters were written so easily to be made fun of. Anyways, the reason I bring these movies up is because of good old Kylo Ren. Hey, that rhymed! You see, Kylo Ren's appearance is very similar to another Star Wars character, and that character is Darth Revan, and he is one bad man. Revan, whose real name is unknown, was an extremely powerful ex-Jedi Knight and ex-Dark Lord who lived 4,000 years before the Battle of Yavin, which is the final battle in Return of the Jedi. And if you don't know that, then you're not a real Star Wars fan. Now take this meal voucher and get out a piece of paper and a pen, because we've got a lot more to go through. Darth Revan was created in 2003 in the game Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, and has more of his backstory fleshed out in the 2005 game Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic The Sith Lords, the 2011 book Star Wars The Old Republic Revan by Drew Karpyshyn, and in Star Wars The Old Republic's expansion Shadow of Revan in 2014. Why are these titles so long? He's known for his genius military tactics in the Mandalorian Wars, the Jedi Civil War, and the Great Galactic War, as well as being extremely gifted with the Force. Now, Revan is much like Darth Vader because the Jedi Council was wary of him, he was an ex-Jedi Knight that fell to the dark side, and he also got laid. Now, Revan's turn to the dark side is much different, if it even happened at all. You see, the Mandalorians had been attacking planets in the Outer Rim, but the Jedi Council didn't want to get involved. So Revan was like,
Fine. I'll do it myself.
and led a group of Jedi Knights to fight them. Reluctantly, the Jedi Council supported Revan as the good old Republic had already fallen in love with him. During the war, Revan found an ancient Sith manuscript on Malachor V, an old Sith planet, which taught him the ways of the dark side.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Later, he eventually led the Republic to victory over the Mandalorians and personally defeated Mandalore the Ultimate in single combat, and then hid his helmet, leading to the Mandalorians acting like chickens with their heads cut off. Then, Revan and his forces disappeared and weren't seen for a few years. But once they came back with new warships and waged war against the Republic. So, what happened to Revan? Well, Revan, after the Mandalorian Wars had ended, went off to find the Sith Lord Emperor, who hadn't been seen longer than dads going to the store to get milk, and he was the one that gave the encouraging push to the Mandalorians to cause havoc. Eventually, he did find him, and he got his butt handed to him like Superman versus a squirrel.
Oh snap! Oh snap!
Then the Sith Emperor Vitaide made Revan and Malak, Revan's close friend and apprentice, servants of his will, and renamed them Darth Revan and Darth Malak. And he sent them to go find the Starforge. But Revan and Malak went, being mind control sucks, so how about we use the Starforge and come back with an army to beat you up, you stupid hood
Meatbag.
and all your stupid hood
Meatbag.
friends. Okay? Their only problem was, how are they going to get a powerful enough army to take on the entire Sith Empire? So Revan decided, let's just take over the Republic and use them. And that started the Jedi Civil War. At this point, Revan and Malak had broken free from Vitaide's mind control and were doing this on their own accord. Which brings up the question, has Revan fallen to the dark side? No! He hasn't, believe it or not.
Liar!
Now, you can make a case for both, but I don't think he fell to the dark side, as what he did was still in character for him. You see, Revan was a bit of an outcast of the Jedi, as he was always eager to learn more and more, and the Jedi were kinda like, Well, we don't want him learning something we don't want him to, so stop. And Revan was like, no. And that's why he read the Sith manuscript mentioned earlier. And as mentioned earlier, Revan was known as a master tactician. But that led him to make sacrifices and take moral shortcuts that the Jedi wouldn't be too fond of.
Revan was a genius on the field. Revan abandoned worlds of their defenders so that others would be too fortified to strike, and was willing to make sacrifices in order to advance goals. And in the end, Revan proved too much for us.
So, he did what he had to accomplish the end goal, regardless of the sacrifices or consequences. This is also supported by his old master Kreia in Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, as she believes that he didn't fall to the dark side.
Revan's choices were always his own. It was not teaching or circumstance or example, it was him. And there is something that the Council may never understand, that perhaps Revan never fell. The difference between a fall and a sacrifice is sometimes difficult, but I feel that Revan understood that difference more than anyone knew. The galaxy would have fallen if Revan had not gone to war.
Revan had also already asked Kreia how best to leave the Jedi Order before the Mandalorian Wars had ended. In other words, Revan did not follow the Jedi's set of morals even when he was a Jedi, but instead his own. Yes, he fought to achieve the end goal of keeping those he loved safe and in turn the galaxy, but he would do whatever it takes to ensure that happened, which included taking moral shortcuts and using the dark side of the Force. But he isn't consumed by the dark side of the Force, or at least not completely consumed by it, unlike Malak. You see, in the Jedi Civil War, Revan didn't want to eviscerate the Galactic Republic as he needed them united and loyal to even have a shot to take down the Sith. So he converted many Jedi, including his own followers, to the dark side and focused mainly on converting the Jedi or killing them, while leaving most of the Republic itself intact. Malak, on the other hand, wanted to destroy everything and force everybody to join or die, which is evident by how Malak destroys Telos, leaving the planet in basically rubble. This difference led to Malak basically saying, "You're weak, Revan." Then Revan responding, "No, I'm not." "Yes, you are." "Nah, man. Bite me then, chicken." "Aight. Off with your chin." Now, this display of brutality could show that Revan had fallen to the dark side, as he demanded loyalty from his followers and permanently defaced his own apprentice when he wasn't. However, as mentioned earlier, he needed the Republic united and loyal, but how do you ensure loyalty quickly? And Revan's answer to this was through fear. And by slicing off his apprentice's jaw, this distilled much of it, because he was good friends with Malak, and Malak was his most trusted companion. So just imagine what he'd do to you if you stepped out of line. Yes, it wasn't the nicest thing to do, but he needed to do this because he was focused on the end goal of saving the galaxy, for the greater good. But Malak got his opportunity for payback, as when the Jedi finally decided that they couldn't keep getting their butts whooped, they laid a trap for Revan and attacked him on his own ship. When Malak saw this, he used his ship to blast the bridge of Revan's ship and claimed himself as the Dark Lord of the Sith. Bastila, one of the Jedi a part of the Jedi strike team to take down Revan, rescues him from certain death and...
When Malak fired on the ship, you were badly injured. We thought you were dead. Your mind was destroyed, but I used the Force to preserve the flicker of life in your body. I brought you to the Jedi Council. They were the ones who healed your damaged mind. We couldn't simply restore your true identity. Revan was too dangerous. But locked inside your mind was information the Republic needed, the secrets of the Starforge. The Council created an identity for you, a soldier under my command. Your subconscious memories were supposed to lead me to the Starforge. There was no other way to get the information.
Revan then gets retrained to be a Jedi, and he searches for the Starforge with Bastila, till Malak finds them and gets jealous that Revan has a girlfriend, so he captures her and turns her to the dark side. Then Revan finds the Starforge and basically tells Bastila, "Being on the dark side's boring." And she goes, "Okay, I love you." Then Revan kills Malak and pieces out before the Starforge is blown up. Revan and Bastila are considered heroes, and then both leave the Jedi Order as they are in love and they want to make a baby.
Mockery.
Oh, Master, I love you, but I hate all you stand for. But I think we should go press our slimy, mucus-covered lips together in the cargo hold.
Over the next couple of years, some of Revan's memories return, and he has some visions, and he goes, "Oh yeah, there's some
Meatbag.
somewhere I gotta kiss or something." And he leaves to go find Vitaide again. Now, there's more to Revan's story, but the part we've just gone over really shows how great Revan is. Revan was a powerful Force user and skilled fighter, which is shown by the fact that even after he lost his memories and had to be retrained as a Jedi, he was able to destroy Malak, which no Jedi had been able to do, with help even, and he did it by himself. He was also eager to learn and wasn't on board with the Jedi's laws or morals, which scared them.
Savior, conqueror, hero, villain. You are all things, Revan, and yet you are nothing. In the end, you belong to neither the light nor the darkness. You will forever stand alone.
But if Revan did adhere to those principles, it is very possible that the Mandalorian Wars could have ended very differently. And when Revan discovered the real threat in the Sith Empire, who are just chilling out in the unknown regions, Revan took up the title of Dark Lord and tried to take over the Galactic Republic only so that they can beat the Sith and in turn save the galaxy. Or he had gone completely bananas from the dark side. However, Revan focused on converting Jedi to his cause or killing them while leaving the majority of the actual Republic alone, leaving us wondering if he did fall to the dark side or if he did what he thought was best to save the galaxy. Just Revan's did he turn to the dark side or did he not is a lot more interesting than Mr. I thought my uncle was gonna kill me, so I'm evil now. Speaking of Kylo, there's another similarity between the two of them, besides how cool they look. And that similarity is they both kissed girls who had yellow lightsabers.
It's weird that it happened twice, right?
Kylo Ren and Revan are very different characters, even though they look very similar. But who would you watch a movie on? Me personally, I'd pick Revan, as he isn't a typical Jedi, nor was he a typical Sith. And I think it'd be interesting to see a movie focusing on him or on one of the wars he was in to see him make tough decisions and toe the line with the dark side. And with that being said, this video is
Over Anikan! I have the high ground!